Hello and welcome to today's class. So today's class is for your back. If your back is feeling achy or tight or it's just been a long day, this class will also be good for in the morning if you wake up with an achy back. Welcome. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Tonya. I am the founder of yogabytonya.com. So for today's class, have a couple of blocks handy and a foam roller. And if you don't have a foam roller, no worries. You could always have a couple of tennis balls or massage balls, or just skip that portion. So we are going to start today on our backs. Coming to your back here, you're going to plant the feet to the mat a little wider than hip width and just let the knees rest towards one another. Bringing your palms to your belly, closing your eyes. Taking a deep full in breath into the belly, the ribs, the chest. And then exhale, release. Inhale into the belly, the ribs, the chest. Exhale, release. One more, just like that. And just 3 or 5 breaths here, just allowing the spine to decompress, allowing any areas of tension or gripping just to melt towards the pull of gravity. Good, and just blinking the eyes open. Go ahead and windshield wiper the knees from side to side. So this can be just a small movement or a bigger movement, it doesn't matter. And then you're going to take a full body stretch, really reaching through the fingertips, pointing the toes in the opposite direction, arching the back. Exhale, hug your knees to your chest. And then you're going to grab your foam roller. And again, if you don't have foam rollers, maybe you have a couple of blocks or just improvising here with what you have at home or just skipping this. But we're going to bring our back to just the mid portion of our back to our foam roller. Interlace the palms behind the head. So you want this just a little bit or right even there with the edge of your shoulder blades. And you're going to come back, then lift up. So just some cat-cows here over the foam roller. Going slow to go far. And then we're going to move that roller up towards the shoulders just a little bit, maybe a ½ inch to an inch. With the same movement here of the spine. Extension and flexion. And then moving that roller up a little bit higher towards the back of the shoulders. If there's an area that feels beneficial, you can always just hang out there. A little bit longer. And then maybe see if you can move that foam roller up just a little bit higher, pretty high on the shoulders here. And then we're going to move that foam roller all the way back down to your starting point. And this should feel comfortable. So this should not be hurting your spine in any way or form, shape or form. And you're moving the foam roller up the spine. One more time, moving it up the spine. And then rolling it right back down to the starting point again. So last time. These can be slow or fast movements. Just doing what works best for your body. Making sure you're breathing. Good, and you're just going to roll back up the spine again. Make sure your sit bones are firmly planted as you lift yourself up and place that away. We're not going to need the foam roller anymore, so you're just going to come back to your mat and just let your spine again decompress here. Take a deep in-breath into the belly, and this time just part the lips and sigh out the breath. Grabbing either your knees or the back of the thighs here. 3 spinal rocks if that feels good to your spine. If it doesn't, don't do it. And we're just going to meet in a tabletop position. So however you get there is fine. In your tabletop, your knees are hip width apart. Big starfish hands. Inhale, drop your belly cow. Exhale, round the spine cat. Over exaggerating this movement. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more. Inhale, cow. And as you exhale, coming into cat, really pressing the mat away, head is heavy. Keeping your hips stacked over your knees, you're walking your palms towards the top of the mat, coming to the forearms, and then if possible, the forehead. Letting the heart melt towards the mat. Inhale. Exhale, keeping your hips over your knees. And then your inhale, lifting back up into tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, down dog. And just maybe pedaling the feet, shifting the hips from side to side. Inhale, bending into the knees, looking to the top of the mat, walking or stepping between your hands. Inhale, half lift. Nice straight spine here. Exhale, big bend to the knees. Hug your thighs to your belly. Belly, head is heavy. Inhale, lifting all the way up into extended mountain. Exhale, let the arms float slowly down to the side body. Inhale, reaching up into extended mountain. Option to come onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, coming down, belly to thighs. This time you're reaching your arms behind you, drinking bird. Inhale, lifting up into chair. Keep those knees bent. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Inhale to chair. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Inhale, chair to extended. Exhale, palms through heart center. 2 more. Inhale, reaching up. Option to come onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, flowing down, drinking bird. Inhale, lifting up into chair. Exhale, just open arm twisting to the left. You're just moving your arms here. Inhale to chair. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Inhale to chair to extended. Exhale, palms through heart center. One more. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, flowing down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, left. Inhale, chair. Exhale, right. Inhale, chair to extended. Exhale, palms through heart center. Taking a deep in breath. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, reaching up into extended mountain. Grab onto your left wrist, reach to the right. Inhale, center, switch your grip. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat and then walk or step back to your plank. Inhale, drop your belly, cow. Exhale, round the spine, catch. You can do that. Inhaling to a neutral spine, you're going to extend the left leg long and then step that left foot forward. And then from here, we're just going to inhale, lifting up into our low lunge, grounding your heel and your knee to the mat. Inhale, reaching up into extended mountain, extended low lunge. Interlace the fingers behind the head, elbows hug in, breastbone lift up. And then exhale, release the right palm to the mat, stack your shoulders. And then exhale, elbow to the outside edge of the knee. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, the elbow down. And then inhale, lift up. You have 3 more. Going slow to go far. And then on your 5th one, you're just going to reach those left fingertips towards the ceiling. Then plant the palm to the mat. Step the leg back to table. Inhale, drop your belly, cow. Exhale, round the spine, cat. Inhaling to a neutral spine, extending the right leg long, and then stepping that right foot forward. You can also use your blocks here if that's helpful. Now lift up into your low lunge. You're grounding the heel and the knee down. That'll really help you with balance here. And then maybe reaching all the way up into extended low lunge. Interlace the fingers behind the head, elbows hug in, pressing the head into the interlaced fingers. And then exhale, releasing the left palm down to the mat or block. Stack your shoulders, inhale. Exhale, elbow to the outside edge of the knee, then inhale up. Exhale, release down. Inhale up. Have 3 more. And then on your 5th one, you're reaching your fingers towards the ceiling. Then exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Step the leg back to your tabletop. Inhale, drop your belly, cow. Exhale, round the spine, cat. Inhaling to a neutral spine, and you're going to drop to the chin, chest, belly. Inhale, lifting the head and shoulders and the feet, coming into locust, building a little strength in your lower back and your glutes. Gaze is down your nose, elbows hug in. You have about 5 breaths here. And then you're going to press through your tabletop. So stack your hips over your knees, walk the palms towards the top of the mat, come to the forearms and then the forehead, and then exhale, let the heart melt towards the mat, puppy pose. And then inhale, lifting back up into tabletop, bringing the right arm underneath the body, shoulder and cheek come to the mat, threading the needle. And Jenny wants my attention. And then pressing back up into tabletop, and this time you're just threading the needle, bringing that left arm underneath the body, shoulder and cheek come to the mat. And then pressing back up into tabletop. So we're going to make our way to our sit bones here. Feet are on the mat. Holding on to the backs of the thighs. Reaching the arms forward or just holding on to the backs of the thighs or even planting your palms to the mat. We're going to slowly begin to lower down to the mat. So what I want you to do is not concave here. I want a nice straight erect spine. Shoulders move away from the ears. And then taking a full body stretch, grabbing onto your left wrist. Hold to the right corner edge of the mat and then maybe walk your feet. You can bring that left ankle on top of the right over to the corner edge of the right side of the mat. So we're making a banana shape here. And then coming back to center, switching the grip, grabbing onto the right wrist. Walking the feet over to the left corner edge of the mat. And then inhaling back to center, planting the feet to the mat. Gently windshield wiper from side to side. And then hugging your knees to your chest. So just coming into a happy baby here. You can even grab behind your thighs. Rocking side to side. Knees stack over the hips. Exhale the knees to the left. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale the knees back to center, exhale them to the right. Inhale the knees to center, hug the knees to the chest, lifting the head and shoulders, coming into a tight ball. And then as you exhale, you're just releasing into your Shavasana rest pose here. Closing your eyes, taking a deep, full in breath, staying for the exhale. So I recommend staying in this pose for about 5 minutes. We're not going to stay that long. You're going to add some gentle movement to the fingers and toes, maybe the wrist and ankles. And then when you're ready, inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, bending your knees, rolling to the right side in a fetal position. And then just gently pressing yourself up into an easy seated position of your choice. Palms to your heart space, bow your head. May there be peace in your thoughts. May there be peace in your words. May there be peace in your heart. And may you share that with all beings. Thank you so much for joining me with so much gratitude. Namaste. All right, thank you for joining me for today's little mini class. If you enjoyed practicing with me, please come check out my online classes. They're affordable, they're live with replays for when life gets busy. And I hope you will just come, and if not, support those classes, just check out my website. And I will see you soon. Please go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like the video, all those things help. Have a wonderful rest of your day.